this movie.
They're there. Don't you worry, they're there.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, they will follow your advice.
I'm pretty sure.
Thank you for your lovely questions.
반갑습니다. 이승국입니다. 오랜 기다림 끝에 드디어 개봉하는, 심지어 한국에서 세계 최초로 공개되는 007 시리즈의 최신작 No Time to Die의 개봉을 맞이하여 감사하게도 작품의 주연을 맡은 다니엘 크레이그와 레아 세이두 두 배우를 비대면으로 만나게 되었습니다. 긴 설명할 필요 없이 바로 두 주인공과의 만남 시작하도록 하죠. 셋, 둘, 하나.
Hi Daniel, hi Leah. My name is Seunguk Lee from South Korea. It's great to meet you too.
And to meet you too. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Hi. And in case you don't notice until the end of the interview, this is my best effort to look like a double agent.
You're doing beautifully.
Thank you very much. Okay. My first question is for Daniel. 16 years ago in supermarket in Baltimore, you got a call saying you are the next James Bond, and you went to drink martini for the first time in your life. You were that excited. You were that ready to devote yourself to the character. And now, yeah, after so successful run as James Bond, making huge records for the franchise, you're doing this press interview to wrap all those 16 years up. Mm-hmm. How do you feel right now?
Well, I'm very relieved more than anything else, because of course, we finished the film 2 years ago. So it's been touch and go whether we'll ever get to this place, but we're here and it's so exciting. And I'm glad that Universal and MGM have held their nerve, and we're actually able to release this worldwide, and everybody's going to get a chance to see it. I'm also quite emotional. It's my last Bond, and I feel very, very attached to it, but I feel good about leaving it the way it is. I think we've done an amazing job with the film, and we're all terribly proud of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and before I run out of time at the end of the segment, I'll just say my first Bond movie was GoldenEye, but you are actually the first Bond I went to watch in a theater. So thank you for your service.
Oh, that's good news. Good news.
And Leah, I also have a question for you. Since Dr. No in 1962, there have been many female characters in this franchise. But when it comes to the leading role, your character, Madeline Swan, is the first female lead role to come back for another Bond movie. And correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, this is your first time reprising your past work for another movie. So how was it to bring your past character for another movie and reprising it?
I felt I was so happy when they called me to ask me to come back. It's been it's been such a great joy to work with all those amazing people and amazing actors, mm-hmm. like Daniel. But no, really, it was such a great adventure. And this time, I had the possibility, to develop a bit more my character. Mm-hmm. So I was also very pleased with that. And I think that this time people will, I hope, love the film, because it's more, the relationship with James Bond is more developed and more emotional. So mm-hmm. that was, I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. And it's great to hear that you mentioned relationship and development, because that was the keyword for my next questions. Daniel, perfect. Daniel, I read an article and you described this movie as a story about relationship, family, and love. Personally, those three words are quite far from the James Bond's life, in my opinion, because he said to believe no one since the tragic event in Casino Royale. So from the perspective of those three words, what kind of movie should he expect, and what kind of new aspect should he expect from James Bond in this movie?
Well, first, what else is there in life but those three things? We touch upon his heart being broken in Casino Royale, and then we see someone shut down. It's and I don't want to give the story away, so I can't tell you too much, but we see another side of him, a side that we glimpsed in Casino Royale, but it is more complex than that. It is he's still James Bond, and he still has a job to do, and he's still very has a lot of armor. But what's interesting is, so does Madeline. She has a lot of armor as well. So that clash of a relationship is central to the film, and that's I think very interesting to discover.
Yeah, and that's really something I'm really looking forward to find out in the theaters, because I didn't get to see the movie yet, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And Leah, you mentioned development in your character. From the movie Spectre, your character Madeline Swan is said to be a person, daughter of an assassin, and who could really understand James Bond. So she was there to understand James Bond. But this time, after watching the trailer, it felt like it's turn for James Bond and the audience to try to understand who Madeline Swan really is. So your character actually evolved from a new face to the franchise and the love interest of James Bond into a mysterious woman with complicated past. So how did you enjoy this expansion of character in this franchise?
That's so brilliant. That's so brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's great because this time we get to know her more, and we have access also to her vulnerability. And I think that it's also something that she shares with James Bond. They are both damaged, and they've had like a complicated childhood, so they understand each other. I think that's why they are in love, and yeah, and you will see the film, and then but she has secrets as well.
Okay, yeah, we're not trying to wait. Yeah,
change everything.
Okay, and Daniel, there are certain elements that make up a Bond movie. It can be certain lines, the suit, or in your version somewhat down to earth but still existing gadgets, or it can be the physical actions you landed on this franchise. So filming this movie, was there any scene or element that made you realize you're doing it for the last time and you're gonna miss it?
Well, yes, all of it, really. I mean, everything was knowing it was the last time I would do it. The last scene that we shot, that was certainly felt like that. But to your point about all of those things, I think in this movie we've taken many, many more of the Bond themes and have put them into this film. I think we've sort of reinvented them a little bit for the film and have put. You know, you talk about gadgets. I've always been a little bit kind of down on gadgets in the past. But we have plenty of gadgets in this movie. Carrie is very, very, very good at bringing those in. So you'll see a lot of that. There's a lot of he wears, you know, he wears a suit. He wears all of the things. We have the car. All of those things are there. But I was very aware it was my last one. But that energized me, made me every day, made me want to enjoy every single day that I worked on the film.
Wow, your answer just made me so excited for this movie, because I now know that there will be gadgets coming back for this movie.
Oh, they're there. Don't you worry, they're there.
Okay. Okay. My last question. It's just a fail message to you. Regarding Bond movie, both for Leah and Daniel, this is your last time representing this movie for the press interview. So, since you have so many fans in Korea, is there anything you want to say to your Korean fans regarding this movie?
Ready to go?
I wish we could come. We could have come. But I hope you will enjoy the film, because I know that you are the first to have the release.
True. Yeah.
So you'll be the first to discover the film. So I really hope Korean people will love the film, and I'm sure they will love it because it has everything, you know. Action, love.
We miss you. We wish we were there to share this with you. I would say there are things in the movie which we'd love you to keep secret for as long as possible. So if you see the movie and you enjoy it, can you tell people you enjoy it, but try and keep the rest of it to yourselves?
Of course they will follow your advice.
I'll do that. And I'm pretty sure Okay, yeah, thank you for your time. I hope
Thank
the
you for
movie.
your lovely
you.
questions.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye.
Bye.
네, 그렇게 다니엘과 레아와의 만남 마무리되었습니다. 한국에서 세계 최초로 개봉하는 007 No Time to Die는 9월 29일, 그러니까 오늘 바로 개봉을 한 상태니까요. 관심 있으신 분들은 참고하시고요. 저는 이번 주 토요일 이 영화를 연출한 캐리 후쿠나가 감독과의 비대면 만남 영상으로 다시 인사드리도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 저는 천재이승국의 이승국이었습니다. 감사합니다. 바이바이.